What about the information I asked you in the morning? Yes, ma'am, I have already found all the information about him. The person on the other side of the call spoke in a shuttered voice, trembling in fear. Good. Send it to me. Yes, ma'am, I have already emailed you all the information I gather. Mark my words, Mark. If you found any kind of unrelated or inappropriate thing in the information, I won't spare you, and you know very well about it. She spoke in a stern voice, making the man on the other line trembling in fear of her boss. Why won't he fear her after all? She's the hidden mafia queen of almost half of the world. Yes, ma'am. A sweat drop formed on his forehead, only hearing her words. Even he knew she's not in front of him, but he was dismissing her stern voice. I have done my work very carefully. I'm sure, ma'am, Wyan, you won't find any mistake. Her lips turned into a devil smirk. Are you perhaps challenging Mark? And who allowed you to call me by my name? You really have. She spoke, clenching her teeth as a shiver ran down Mark's spine. Trembling in fear, he tried to speak again. No, ma'am, please spare me, please. His words are cutted as one heard another manly, husky voice calling her name, as she paid attention towards the other man. You're lucky. I have to attend something else. I will dig with you later. She cutted the call as soon as possible before the man entered in room, as Mark sighed in a relief, hoping to have long life. Here you are. I was calling you from past 10 minutes when I didn't hear you earlier. She showed her dog eyes to him while cutely pouting. The earlier dominant attitude of her complete gone as soon as she saw her boyfriend. Don't show me your pout. She knows it's a weakness and she is hitting arrow on the right point. Why, baby? She blinks like an innocent child. Don't do it, princess, if you don't want to regret later, smirking, one awkwardly laugh on his statement, knowing very well what he actually meant. Hee hee, I was just playing around. I already read your mind, princess, he thought in his mind while chuckling internally. When he stirred his spoke, I have an important meeting to attend, so I'm going to leave for a day. Don't go anywhere behind my presence. That's great. I can finish my planning works in this time, and you won't able to know where was I. She smirks internally planning what she gonna do after he go out. Sure, baby, have I ever done it before? Acting innocent. No, but she cut him off. Let's spend some quality time before you leave for meeting. He gulped. So you don't want me to go? He pulled you closer, but at the same time a guard knocked on the door, interrupting their moment as she groaned before asking him. What? Call voice. Sorry to interrupt, boss, but your car is ready and we have to leave in 5 minutes. As Jungkook sighed heavily before diverting his gaze towards you. Okay, I'm coming. You may leave now. As he stared you intensely, pulling you more closer to him as you landed on I'll come back soon, princess, and we will start from where we're living. You innocent to nod, showing your doe eyes as he lovingly forehead before a warm hug. Don't worry for me, okay? Take your meals on time, sleep on time, you cut it enough. Yeah, I remember very well. Do not eat more chocolates and ice cream. Be a good girl. You spoke all the things counting on your fingers as he being extra caring and possessive. Say all those things like always. You're so cute, baby. He spoke, ruffling your hairs as you giggled cutely on his statement. I don't want to leave you alone, he pouted as you stared at him darkly. Mr. Jungkook, you do it always before leaving. Be a brave boy you are and left already, as she dragged his body towards the door, slightly pushing him. But it didn't affect him even a bit, neither he moved even an inch away from you. Deeply sighing, he moved towards the door to leave, but within the next second you back-tugged him, making a beautiful grin on his lips with a smirk. I knew it, he thought in his mind, before turning back towards you. I love you, Emmables, and he tried to face you, but you don't let him move, as Wine don't want to show him her glossy eyes. I love you too, baby. Why are you crying? I will come back by tomorrow morning, princess. Now stop crying. If you don't want to go, let me know too. I won't go. I know you will come back. You leave him, making him move towards you as he cupped your cheeks and gently wiped your tears with his thumb. Don't cry, baby. If you want to prank, then I will not go. You took some deep breaths to relax yourself as you back away from him. Excuse me, Mr. Jun, I'm completely fine. Also, if you don't go, who will bring chocolates for me now? Leave already. You smirked, glaring him, making him chuckle on your cuteness. So you only want chocolates? Pouting. His pout, no. I want my man with chocolates in the original state. He's saving. Also, I won't bother even a single scratch. So don't you, to make my man hurt even a bit. Do you got it? In your brain, Mr. Mafia Bunny? He giggled. Sure, ma'am, whatever you order. Your man is always present in your service. He bowed dramatically in front of you like a crown prince, as you once do. Oliver is fastly satisfied but maintained a stern face in front of him because he really won't leave if one do anything now. Great, my crown prince Jungkook. Let's go then. He stared you intensely, hearing nickname name from his beloved girlfriend, but he loved every name she gave him. Okay, my queen. By that, you dropped him to his car with a lot of emotions. Take care of my bunny. I will. You had, and they drove away. Wayne came back and mentioned before examining whole outside area as she already made a escape plan in her mind before leaving. After Jimmy left, Wen packed her necessary stuff to record a voice note for maid right before dinner to play automatically. Hello, Ajuma. Ajuma, you must be tired. Jungkook is already not here, so you may also go back home and don't worry about my meal. I know you have cooked it already. I can eat it on time. Thank you. Take care, Ajuma. Give little princess from my side. Lots of. Why knew she might hesitate to leave, as she know they're both strictly instruct them to surround his girlfriend 24/7 until he is back. But Maid also knew what aura his girlfriend holds. Most importantly, when knew very well when to pull right strings. After arranging all the stuff and making sure she have managed everything, Wayne called someone. Change of plan. Arrange my private jet. I will be there in half an hour. No mistakes, keep in mind. She spoke in a stern voice, only listening her voice makes the other man shiver, as only her voice holds a strong aura and they don't make any mistake. They knew their ma'am hates mistakes. Skip Italy. Welcome, ma'am. Where to off now? When eyed him from head to toe as she examined him, making him felt goosebumps all over his best single stare. I see you're near here. Where your boss? Call Mark. He will tell you where we have to go. And also, I'm only letting this mistake go because it's our first encounter. Ask Mark before questioning me again. You understood? He just nods eloquently. I'm so sorry, ma'am. It won't happen again. I will ask Mark. Ish, you have already wasted my time enough. Just took me to a nearby hotel for now. And ask your Mark the meantime when I was there. Make sure to know every detail and don't ask me again. He just nodded with lower head. Sure, ma'am, I will keep this in mind. When Kurt had settled from head to toe, only her eyes were visible in mask as she wore a covered outfit and colorful lens to completely change her personality. No one would really recognize she's the same girl without all this. She focused on even little details for her parents. As it's the first time she's meeting all other Mafia Kings and she's only woman between them. And don't forget to mention Jungkook will be there too. And a tiny mistake and she got caught by her boyfriend. So she don't wanna take any risks, so Jungkook won't able to recognize her at any cost. Admitting. Everyone was gazing when tried to find the girl behind the mask. How she looks, how's her appearance, as most of them are just even in her card self, but one stare only 1% her boyfriend. But he didn't budge to spare even a single glance to the girl in front of him. When talked in meeting, but Jungkook weren't able to recognize her as she also used a voice changer too. Jungkook, everyone was talking about Mafia Queen. I know she appeared first time in this kind of meetings and everyone wants to see her moreover. I don't know why, but when I saw her, we make eye contact and I felt strange feelings like I know her or there is some connection between us, especially her eyes. But I shrugged it off because that is not possible. She is appearing for first time. Moreover, I'm meeting her for first time too. So just shrug it off. Author POV. When have two more meetings to attend in Italy and have to left same day as Jungkook is going to come back next day. After meeting Queen was on her way back when ma'am someone is chasing us. Wine looked behind in the back mirror. Take a stride then left and go under bridge. Are they still chasing us? She asked after some time. No ma'am, they left behind long ago, One smirked. Ma'am, how you know this direction? That was shortcut too. I know this area very well. Skip. Wayne hurried back home as soon as she reached, not knowing what gonna happen next was something she never imagined. Not soon, actually. Wayne Bewing entered inside from room window, making sure Jungkook didn't keep home yet. But as soon as I moved after closing window, I got startled by the sudden husky voice of Jungkook. Where were you, princess? He growled in stern voice, and I just looked down, feeling goosebumps all over my body, and bit my lower lip, processing anything acceptable, but nothing was coming in my mind as I just froze on his position. Awkward silence. My mind was not processing what I gonna say or do now as he found me off guard. I don't wanna lie to him, nor was in position to tell him the truth. I felt sweat drops on my forehead but didn't spoke anything. Joe came in front of you and took just sweaty hands in his palm, gently caressing it as he spoke again. Don't get nervous, princess. He spoke in a calm tone, making one look at him instantly with perplexity. One stared him with her innocent though glistened eyes, as she don't want to lie him at any cost, but a lot of things are also roaming in her mind. What if he thinks something wrong, or he thought her intention to approach him was different, and many other thoughts were roaming in her mind, but she was trying hard to shrug them off, but in vain. Jungkook sniffed. The Mafia Queen, whom everyone feared, was about to tear up in front of her boyfriend. It was not her fault too. They've been with each other from 7 years when they didn't even know what they gonna do in future. Also, when never wanna hide her real identity, Jungkook. But because of some circumstances, she have to do it. I am sorry. Only these words just came from her lips as some tears rolled down from her eyes, thinking it might be their last time together. Jungkook took a deep breath before speaking. Shh, stop crying, princess. He gently wiped your tears, while his other hand lightly grazing your hairs to comfort you. Take a bath first, let's talk later when. Didn't spoke anything further as she don't have energy to do or say anything to, and went inside with a head full of thoughts. She came out with puffy eyes and nose, and didn't know very well she cried, but he wants to hear from her, but she also didn't know what she have to do. Cook came towards her. Why you cried, baby? He asked with a concerning voice, making Wyan more guilty. Nothing. I'm extremely sorry. I went out. She managed to speak those words. Calm down, Wyan. I know you and I trust you. Unknowingly, his words were stabbing Wyan more than assuring her, as she smiled weakly in front of him. I want my answers, baby, and I'm sure you have solid reasons and replies. I'm not forcing you, so make sure to be comfortable and answer my all questions. Spoke in calm yet stern voice. Wen just nodded with lower head. Let's go, princess. He took in bridal style and went downstairs for dinner. At the POV. Few years have passed away, but Wen still didn't figure out that do she have to tell him or not. Wen was sure that she is in love with him, and if she wants to spend her life with him, it would be based on truth, not a lie. Jungkook POV. I was waiting for Wen replies angrily. I don't want to force her so she won't feel uncomfortable or anything, and that's why I told her that I will wait till she managed to process everything herself and tell me truth. But she's just quiet, making me more nauseous. When POV. It's been more than 3 or 4 days. Everything is going normal. As before, our mafia work, everything. Also, Jungkook didn't ask me again, but this is eating me inside. By each passing day, I tried many times but failed. In short, I'm to tell him the truth but don't know where to initiate all this. Anyways, he have a surprise for me and I'm determined that I will tell him everything today and any cost. No matter what the consequences would be, I'm sure that I will tell him the truth. Jungkook blindfolded me as he held my hand to assist me. Are you ready? He whispers. I just nodded in response, and when he took off my blindfold, my eyes widened to see the decorations Jungkook have decorated whole balcony for us. I never thought it would hurt this much. My eyes welled up with tears as I felt my wind blurry, and I wasn't able to hold back my emotions anymore. So I just ran back inside while sobbing. Jungkook followed me inside, worriedly calling my name, but didn't stop until he holds my arm and forced me to look at him. What happened, Ryan? Baby, trust me, you're pissing me off. Neither you're telling me what's going inside your brain, nor you're telling me the truth. That where were you that day? He growled, and I just closed my eyes. I was expecting this anyways, not a big deal. So I took some deep breaths to encourage myself to face the reality cleverly as soon as possible. I want to tell you something, Jungkook. He exhaled sharply. I'm listening. Ryan deeply sighed before speaking. I'm not the girl you're thinking I am. My lips tremble. She gulps, a lump in her throat. I'm the girl you met in Italy. Silence. I'm Mafia Queen. She spoke in a determined voice, staring directly in his eyes. She was expecting a reaction from him, but he didn't respond as she thought. In fact, his next words make Ryan's eyes widened in shock. I know. What? When? How? About 2 years ago, when my last trip came to me out of nowhere. But I knew it even before. When you use like a pro, also when you fought with hundreds of men with me on our Euro trip. He smiled and Wen put a hand on her mouth, gasping. You knew it from. Why you didn't tell me before that you know it? I want to hear it from you, princess. I was waiting for the moment when you tell me yourself. You think I didn't recognize you innately, but your presence around me is enough to recognize you. But you didn't tell me the truth, even though there was quite chances. I know very well from the start. You think you're the only one who knows how to keep secrets? I'm no less, baby. And just lower head. I'm sorry, Goo. I tried many times, but every time something came up. But that makes me think I don't have to tell you, dear eyes. Jungkook engulf you in his wrist and on your forehead. I'm glad you told me now. So what's planned for what? To be mine forever, carrying my kids in your cute tummy? Goo, don't tease me when dramatically punches. While Charlie hiding her face, it's turned into rosy red. He chuckles. What? I have been father of at least 2 kids by now, you told me a little earlier. When gasps. Jungkook, stop it already. You're embarrassing me. He smirks. You know what? Your actions always makes me think. Are you really a mafia queen? Or went through a fist on his arm dramatically. Excuse me? Are you perhaps doubting on my skills? I never do that. But when you become all shy, my innocent baby, I just sometimes thought that. One giggles. My innocence and cuteness is only for you, my dear boyfie. I want more than your boyfriend, he spoke in a serious tone now. Are you perhaps pausing my queen? I need to make a careful decision. She spoke dramatically, holding her laugh. Jungkook glared at her. Don't look at me like that. What you gonna do? He glared. What if you carry my child? There's no way left to escape. He smirks when moved backwards. Mr. John, don't you? I will tell you a simple answer. Just ask my father. If he won't say no, I will agree to. Why are you moving backwards? Are you perhaps that I will do something? Smirk, now relieving his face. Jungkook, I'm warning you. Don't come closer. I'm never gonna say yes. Well, I don't have any problem. What you say, honey? He gestured to his wife. Wen's eyes widened in shock as she immediately looked behind only to see her father standing there and beside him her mother with a pleasant smile on her lips. Mom, Dad, she almost whispers. And yeah, we want our grandson soon. Another voice echoes. One closed her eyes tightly before turning towards his mother and father as she awkwardly smiled. Mom, Dad, Amma, Appa, what are you guys doing here? No, I mean, what a pleasant surprise. I was just surprised as you didn't inform before coming. Awkward smile as you just closed your eyes tightly. Will you marry me, Kim Wan? You turn on your feet only to see Jungkook on his knees and a box of ring in his hand. Would you please marry me, Wan, and be queen of my heart for the rest of our life? Let's get all together, baby, he mumbles with a wide grin. And you felt your eyes glossy, listening his words. And soon enough, some warm tears made their way from your eyes. Say yes, when both your parents, along with Jungkook's parents, gestured you to accept his proposal, as you just nod your head, weren't able to speak anything. And he instantly slipped ring in your finger and got up and hugged you tightly, wiping your eyes. I love you so much, Mrs. John to be, he whispered in your ear, before placing a quick. And you felt butterflies in your stomach as your cheeks flushed with crimson color. Why don't you tell me about it? I was waiting for you to tell me about your real identity before we start our official relationship. But guess what? It took you more than 3 years to tell me about it. He mumbles as you pouted, snuggling in his neck. I was probably waiting for the right time. You mumbled, shrugging your shoulders, and you both came out of your trance when your parents cleared the throat to get your attention, so you abruptly stepped back and faced them. Your father opened his arms as he gestured to you to hug, so you immediately went towards him and he took you in a warm bear hug. You better treat my princess nicely, young man. After all, she's queen of whole country. A pike, you mumbled, still in his embrace, as you tried to stop him, but no, he continues. I will, uncle, your father smiled, and then they all spent some quality family time together, and all the time Jungkook's eyes were only on you. Jungkook, what are you doing? Keep your hands away from me, he mumbles in hushed tone in his ear. Weren't able to keep his hands away from you from the time you sat in dining table to have dinner, he sighs heavily. Okay, fine, but let me remind you that you still deserves smirking. With that saying, he pulled you onto his shoulder like a rag doll, leaving their parents dumbfounded. What was that? She guessed. I think we're going to be grandparents soon. The end.